Hi, everybody. I am Deepshika, and today I have Jennifer with me. Hi, Jennifer.
Hi.
Jennifer is an amazing interior designer, and she and I she work together. We work together inside my mastermind in 2020, the summer and the fall of 2020, and she's here to talk about her experience of working with me. Thank you so much for being here and sharing all that you be with us, Jennifer.
You are so welcome. Thank you.
Yeah. So, do you want to start by telling the audience a little bit about what you do, what your business
Sure.
is all about?
Yeah, so I am a residential interior designer, and I work with busy families who are just craving a colorful, comfortable home that they just want to live their lives in, and I take care of it for them.
Oh, I love that. Oh my God. And I absolutely love your design and all
Thank
the things
you.
that you choose. I already have like whenever I redo my bedroom and my master bath, I'm gonna be calling Jennifer.
Thank you.
Right. So tell me, Jennifer, you were in my mastermind last. I think it was
Yes.
spring is when we started, and we wrapped up
Yes.
in fall.
Yeah.
How was your experience? And I know it's a very broad question, but I want you to answer
Yes.
it. How was your experience inside the program?
Okay, so it was amazing. I have to say, I will just say at first, it was spring of 2020, so there was like a lot of unknowns and a lot of fear. And I was afraid of it, but it turned out to be the best thing to do, the best way to spend that time. And it was truly transformative. I mean, I didn't, there were things that we talked about that
Mhm.
I didn't even know. I didn't know what we were, I knew some of what we were going to talk about, but there were things that came along that I didn't know I needed to talk about and that I
Right.
needed to address. And so, it just, I don't know, it was just like a real shift. I know that's a cheesy thing to say, but it just, something just shifted and then everything sort of aligned and like kind of fell into place.
Yeah, yeah. So for those of our people who are watching and wondering what were the things that they talked about, it seems so secretive. Can you give us like a little hint of what were
Yes.
those things?
Yes. So every week it was something different. Sometimes it was twice a week, but we covered everything from sort of the nuts and bolts of marketing and how what your offerings could be and what they should be, to money mindset, which was huge. That was really big for me,
Yeah.
and a lot of internal work and the community around it. So you have, our time together where you are sort of teaching us and guiding us. And then there's this community of people who are also meeting.
Mhm.
I don't want to say offline, but a lot of times we were just meeting on our own, talking
Yeah.
about things and working together and bouncing ideas off each other. So it was like a holistic thing. And I was so sad when it was over.
I know, I know. I remember our last call and everybody was like, "Oh my God, we're so
Crying.
sad."
Yeah.
So what you're saying
Yeah.
is that that sisterhood combined with the
Oh
coaching
yeah.
and the guiding in the program was what you really, really took the most out of the program.
Yes, it was just the things that I didn't expect to talk about and expect to learn,
Hmm.
combined with that sisterhood,
Hmm.
of the other women in the group, but also were just always there, just always, um, replying to us or popping in to talk to us, and that it just was like I don't know, it felt like school, but not school. It was really, it
How
was
about like a
beautiful.
safety space that you were
Yes,
safe to
exactly.
talk
It
in?
was like a
Yeah,
container of,
right. Yeah.
yeah, a virtual
Virtual
place that
container.
you
Oh,
could
I
be with.
wish we
Yeah.
can meet, and I would absolutely love to meet
Someday.
in person. Yeah. So one of the things that I remember you talked about is like this is not just business transformation. This is life transformation. I
Oh
remember
yeah.
you mentioned an incident where you and your husband were having a conversation of how this was their best decision ever. So how do you think it
Yeah.
seeped into your life? How did you define that it was not just business transformation, but we were also talking and doing that work, which kind of transforming your life as well.
Yes. Well, it sort of like happens in sneaky little ways where you don't expect it. We talk a lot about you know, our core wounds and addressing things like that, which is hard to
Yeah.
do.
It's hard work.
It's hard. It's harder than you think. Or at least harder than I thought it would be. And all of that just, you can't help but have it spill over into other areas of your life, whether it's like other relationships or, you know, boundaries that you have set up or haven't set up yet in your life. It just, that everything is just like this, like you can't separate those two things. So, um, yeah, it would just happen at that. I don't know. That's why, if that makes sense, but it's hard. Like you find yourself looking at your whole life through a different lens
Mm,
versus just my work. It's like it starts to apply to every aspect
yeah.
of your life.
Yeah. We're losing you a little bit. Okay. I think we're back on track.
Oh, okay.
Internet,
All right.
COVID,
I
everything.
know.
So yeah, this is wonderful because yeah, that's what it is, right? Like you suddenly step out and you're able to look your entire business and life, and then you're able to say, okay, this is the part that was missing inside of me, or not even missing, but the part that I had not seen yet, or had not
Mhm.
put a light on yet. And this is the part that was,
Yeah.
because of that, this is how it's affecting my business. It's kind of like having putting it together. I love
Yes.
that. So how has life been after you did the mastermind with me? I know you have some beautiful, amazing results to share with us.
Yes. It's been great. I at first I couldn't believe it, and then I was like, oh no, that makes sense. Because you're putting in all this work. And so um, you know, I've had a lot more people reaching out to me.
Yeah.
I've been a lot more visible. I've tried to be a lot more visible. So a lot more people are reaching out and they're asking for help with the things that I love to help with and want to help with.
Yeah.
Um, and it's, you know, I'm now getting to the place where I'm going to have to bring somebody to help me because I can't continue at this level by
Yeah.
myself. So, it's been really, I mean, I can't, it's just kind of taken on its own thing and I'm just sort of watching it happen.
Yeah, yeah. So just so that our audience can grasp onto what does that mean? Can you share with us some numbers? Like what does your revenue look like right now?
So from the time we sort of stopped in October to like end of December, so we'll call that Q4, whatever. I made about 30,000.
That's awesome.
And is that what I'm just sharing?
I love
And I just, a lot of that is to do with um, pricing things properly, reaching out to or having the right people reach out to me. And then, you know, not being afraid to, you know, invoice people for things or say like, hey, you know, I charge for this.
Yes.
I
Oh
do.
my God, yes. That's what it is. It's not even the $30,000. Well, like money is good. Like we want to
Yeah.
money, but it's that confidence of being able to stand up as an expert and say, "This is what I charge. If you want
Yeah.
to take this, then it's totally worth it."
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Jennifer, if you were to like maybe one, maybe three, and maybe 10, I don't know, but like look at your life before like spring of 2020 and now, do you see some kind of changes that have happened in the way that you show up in your business?
I've definitely I'm over my fear of showing up, period. I
Mm,
had a lot of, you know, just self-conscious or stories that I told myself about like, oh, I can't show up this way because of XYZ. And now it's like a, you know, the veil is lifted and you're like, that was stupid. Why did I do, not stupid, but you know, it's gone. It's just gone. And it took some time. It took a lot of like the work that we did
mhm.
in our time together, but also just like journaling and just also just kind of getting over yourself a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
To so that's been one of the biggest things for me is to just move past that and actually do the showing up, because I was not doing that before. I was just posting pretty pictures and
Yeah.
sort of hiding and whatever, but
Mm-hmm. And do you
Yeah.
also feel that it's become more easy for you to attract clients to you?
Yes. Yes. And I think about, I was just actually thinking about this yesterday about the, the nurturing and then turning the heat up, simmering, and then,
Yeah.
so I regularly reference those things, and I see it. I do it and it happens, and it's crazy.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful. Oh my God. I'm
Yeah.
so happy for you, Jennifer.
Thank you.
Um, so if somebody who's considering to work with me in my mastermind, we're calling it the Rich Lady Legacy. Jennifer, I know
Yeah.
that I shared with you.
Yeah.
Somebody's considering and they're like, oh my God, this is so expensive, or I have all this fear. What would you tell them?
I would say two things. One, if you're not afraid of it, it's not worth doing.
Mm,
The fear is a good thing, and it is. You know it deep down. And you're never going, for me, and I think for everybody, you have to do, if you're doing something and you're just hitting the ceiling over and over again and nothing's changing, you have to do the work to make it change. And I think what we did together, it was like, I don't want to say forced work, but you can't not do the work. If you join this, if you do this, you can't not do it. You are with a group of people who are there to support you, and who are also doing their work. So you can't, you will absolutely get something out of it. You
yeah.
can't not. I don't know. That's the way I looked at
Yeah.
it. We
Yeah.
did so much work. You can't not
Yeah.
change.
And for people who are like, okay, yes, but it's so expensive. How do we do this?
You have to take yourself seriously, invest in yourself. I
Ooh.
mean, yeah, you can keep doing the like $50 courses here and there, which I totally did. Or you can be really serious about it and um, go to that next level, because you're gonna, I don't know, for me, I've already paid for it in what I've, if we're talking like hard
Yeah.
numbers.
Yeah. More
But
than,
it's
I mean, like
more, yes,
tenfold, like I don't know how
more
to
than,
say it, but more than that.
yes, which that's amazing. But then you also realize that what we learned together, you realize that of course you're going to pay it back. Of course you're going to make the money. You're relying on yourself, and you are, I don't know, you make that discovery along the way, and then
Yeah.
you just nurture that. So
Yeah. And
you're
in
investing in yourself.
totally, in a way, it's taking that leap of faith for yourself
Yes,
as well.
you have to take the leap, but it's, of
Yeah.
course you're worth it. You're investing in yourself. You're worth that. I don't know.
Oh, I love that. Oh my God, that is such a big, huge shift from the first conversation that
I
we
know.
had. I remember we had the conversation, so scared to invest, and you're
So
like,
scared.
you are so worth it to make that investment in yourself. And I get it. It's so scary. I've made a couple of big investments already. It's just
Yeah.
January 15th and a couple of huge
Yeah.
investments, and it's scary. But
No.
I know
Yeah.
count on myself to go do the work and make the move.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my God. And when you were in the mastermind, there were a lot of people from different industries, because one of
Yeah.
the things that people say to me, yeah, but it works for her and it doesn't work for me. And you're not a typical online business. You're not a coach.
No.
You're
No.
not a mindset coach. You're not a course creator. You are an interior designer. And
Yeah.
then we had people in the mastermind. One of them was an educational consultant, a yoga
Mm-hmm.
therapist, a copywriter, a branding expert.
Yeah.
So do you think that there was something specific that could only work for an industry, or is it the work that we all need to do in a business?
No. Yeah. It's we all have to pay attention to what we're doing. What we're offering, who we're speaking to, why we're doing it. It's not. There was no specific. And even if even at first, if I thought like, oh, I don't know if that applies to me, but it 100% applies to
Yeah.
you. I mean, it's just, yeah,
Beautiful. Oh,
yeah.
I love that. Oh, thank you so much, Jennifer,
You're
for
so welcome.
I
Thank you.
oh, I'm cheering you on, and I'd
Thank
love to
you.
see your post. Keep it up. You're doing so amazing.
Thank you so much. I
Oh,
loved being a part of it. I really did.
yeah. Mm. So, for Jennifer, if you are interested in applying for the Rich Lady Legacy, my 12-month mastermind, there's an application button below. Apply and let's get on a call and see if this is the right fit for you.